tax loss harvesting. One of the most popular articles on CNBC over the weekend was this idea of tax loss harvesting with Bitcoin. I thought that we already talked about this in the show. Joe told me that we did it. I don't know what happened, so I'm going to explain this. Huh?
I said pull up the tapes.
We almost went and checked the receipts, but we figured we're just going to cover it again real quick. So let me explain how tax loss harvesting works. If you're a rich person in the traditional world, let's say in the stock market, and let's say that you own Amazon stock, and you bought Amazon stock at $1,000 a share, and Amazon stock goes down 20%. So now it's worth $800 a share. You can sell the $800 and book a $200 loss per share. That is just normal capital gains. You then can take that $200 loss and use it to offset capital gains in the future. That would be a tax loss harvesting. Now, the reason why people don't do this all the time is because when you sell that $1,000 stock that now is worth $800, you get the $200 tax benefit, but you can't buy back the Amazon stock for a period of time. So instead, what people will do is they'll take their now $800 and they'll go buy another stock that seems to track very similarly to Amazon stock with a high correlation. They'll hold that stock for the predetermined amount of time, and then they'll flip back into Amazon if that's what they ultimately want to own. The reason why you can't, when it goes from $1,000 a share to $800 a share, is just sell it and buy it right back is because it's called wash trading, right? You're basically washing the trade so that you can book the tax benefits. So in the stock market, you're not allowed to do that. You've got to wait this predetermined amount of period. In Bitcoin, there are no wash trading rules yet. Eventually, maybe there will be. I don't know. I'm not a regulator. I'm not part of the IRS, etc. But we see in the stock market, I'm assuming at some point it'll come to the Bitcoin crypto world. Until they're there, what people can do is if you bought Bitcoin at $60,000 and it goes down to $30,000, people will sell the Bitcoin and then buy it right back. And what they did is they booked a $30,000 loss. Now, if I bought one Bitcoin for $60,000 and I sell it when it drops to 30, and then I buy it right back, I still have one Bitcoin, but I've booked a $30,000 loss. Now, I need to be very clear here. Tax loss harvesting is a very complex strategy. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know every single little detail. The sophisticated folks have literally algorithms to do this, or somebody who sits and watches it all day and does this. But this is tax loss harvesting. And the reason why it's interesting is because compared to the stock market, you can actually sell and buy it right back because there are no wash trading rules. And so that is what people are doing in this kind of tax loss harvesting situation is they're basically able to keep that same one Bitcoin minus whatever trading fees are involved. And they could literally buy it, it goes down, sell it, buy it back. Now I still have my one Bitcoin, I have a $30,000 loss. And then if in the future I end up selling it at a higher price and I have a $30,000 gain for capital gains, my $30,000 loss offsets my $30,000 gain, and therefore I pay no taxes. So you can see that the more people can book these capital gains losses, but still own the same asset, the more beneficial it ends up being later when they want to actually sell the asset because it offsets capital gains with those capital gain losses. And so that becomes really, really fascinating from a tax optimization strategy. And as we talked about in the past, tax optimization is one of the most important things that rich people understand that the majority of the population does not understand.
Yeah, it's just another example of education being important and providing the tools to kind of maneuver your way around the tax system. So we've talked about Steve Ballmer paying a low tax rate. And I think that's really important that it's just education. It's the lack of education that's hurting kind of that lower half of people.